long story short, there is a movie called Kicks coming out September 9th. It's going to launch in L.A., New York, the Bay Area. The premise is awesome. The director, his name is Justin Tipping, is in studio with us right now. It caught our attention. What's up, Justin? How are you, buddy?
Good. Thank you for having me.
You got it, man. The quick premise here is basically a young kid by the name of Brandon. Great name, by the way. I mean, it's obviously made after me. I appreciate that.
That's what I was thinking.
He's in the East Bay, and he longs for status sneakers, all right? And whether it's for the girls, whether it's for the schoolyard cachet, whether it's just for the style, he just wants good sneakers. Finally gets a pair of Jordans, and they get stolen, and he and his buddies go on a very dangerous pursuit in dangerous parts of the East Bay, and some parts are very bad, as you know. And the movie's about his journey, his growth, what the sneakers represent. Did I capture what the movie encompasses, first of all?
Yeah, I think you did. It's a pretty accurate right there summation. It's dealing with a kid.
Okay. Motivation. What sparked for you? What was the spark behind you sitting down and popping out this kind of a script?
Let me guess. It happened to you.
Nah, I don't see him. He looks like he grew up with some money. I don't know.
No,
Let's take a guess here. Go ahead.
You're on the money.
Really?
I was 16. I went to go see a movie in Emeryville, which is kind of by lower bottoms of West Oakland, and I had on these like white on white Nike ID,
Nice.
J-tip engraved on the side. Prestos, and a group of kids were there, and the first thing I heard was, "He's got the Prestos," and I was alone. I had just dropped off my friends, and I was like, "Oh man, it's over." I always found a way to avoid violence and all that, but at that moment, I was like, I know they knew I had the kicks on, and it was like that was it, and I got stomped out, and I got jumped, and that's what inspired the story, and then it kind of it became about like the aftermath of getting jumped and humiliated as a kid. What it means to be a man.
Was it one guy, two guys?
No, it was like 10. It was like
it wasn't you had no chance.
No, it was like I wasn't about to stand up. I was like I was just like, well, put my hands up, like this is gonna take a beating. So that sucked, to say the least.
Do you ever get him back, by the way?
No, no.
He gets him back when he cashes in on this movie. That's when he gets him back. He gets any sneaker he wants.
Exactly.
Gets his own, like Turtle and Entourage, gets his own sneaker for
$30,000. It was a blessing in disguise,
$30,000.
looking back now.
Yeah.
Now I got the last laugh. But so then I had that happened to me a long time ago. I had this idea in 2009, and somehow it's still relevant. And so I was like, I'm just gonna go even deeper into shoe violence and sneaker violence, and as you know, it's
I've never even thought about shoe violence. I've thought about the socioeconomic impact of some of these kids. I mean, this is all they look forward to. When a new shoe comes out, mom, dad, whatever, beg, borrow, and steal from whoever, I got to get this shoe. I've thought about that. I've never thought about the downstream repercussion of getting those shoes. Is it a bad issue? I mean, is it a profound issue in some communities across this country?
I mean, I think GQ may have done a study. It was in Sneakerhead's documentary. It said they estimate about there's like 1,200 deaths related to sneakers a year. So that's not even counting like beat up or robbed or any of like the dangers that come with like the resale market is like something like worth $1 billion, and that like so there's even been things to implement, like help make it safer in a way where it's like, here's a meetup spot that like you'll know like will be safe to meet up, because there's definitely shady cats out there that are like, yo, I got this on the low, meet me here, and then they just take your money and take off. So it's definitely a weird phenomenon, and now that the market's getting even bigger, it's unchecked, and so
it's crazy. And to me, the origin. It's funny, you talk about the status, the socioeconomic. For me, when the Jordans came out in the mid-'80s, we got, and I didn't come from a ton of money, certainly wasn't destitute, in between, but, like, we wanted sneakers because we felt that if we laced them up and we got on the layup line at CYO, as crazy as it sounds when you're 12,
you'd be Jordan.
We felt that we'd be Jordan or whomever, Mullen or Dominique Wilkins or whatever, Ewing. And I never really understood the allure of the style thing, and I wonder now I do obviously, but your research now, was there anything before Jordans that made a little bit of a street war, or is that the truly embraced jump off point for the sneaker game? Because I think the '70s you had Chuck Taylors. Who's gonna stick a gun in somebody's temple for Chuck Taylors? Honestly,
yeah. No, I think that it was definitely the '85 like. ones that kicked off the phenomenon. Because you're right. No, I guess no one was probably like, man, I gotta cop some Chuck Taylors. I don't know if they were worth. Well, I don't know if they were worth back then. To
Probably not much.
My dad used to wear them, 18, 19 bucks. It was
Yeah.
Keds, it was Chuck Taylors. Then you moved into Clyde Frazier, had some Pumas, and then you had the Run DMC Adidas shells, and then the mid '80s with the Jordans. But yeah, definitely that Jordan seems to be the point of crime for these shoes and the need for them, or at least the appeal for them. Justin Tipping is with us in studio, director of the movie Kicks, which comes out September 9th. It's going to launch in L.A., New York, and, of course, the Bay Area where this movie is set. It's a cool script. It's something that I can't say I fully relate to because I wasn't, gangbanging. I'm not trying to present that.
Yeah.
But I get it. I definitely get this movie, no doubt.
Justin, what's the shoe now? The kids are after. Obviously the Jordan comes out again. I mean, it's every year. But what's the shoe? Is it does it have to be based with a star or a celebrity like Steph, which got kind of
You mean the old man walking sneakers, the
lampooned a
orthotics?
little bit? But I mean, what's the key to the sneaker game?
I mean, I think it just like it started with Chuck Taylor, the first one to associate himself with, face to a shoe. I think that's still relevant right now, even more so. Celebrity endorsements. I mean, like, I think I personally don't own any, but like the Yeezys are very calculated in release, and like sneakerheads love it, and they only release a certain amount to make it that much more exclusive, and that's how the game works, where it's like, you want to be the one with like, there's, if they only make 3 Mona Lisas and you own one, then you're it. You got the juice, right? So, I mean, like right now, I think that's kind of where it's at.
Isn't this part of the problem with our country, though? If you really think about this, and this is where we need a recalibration, not the movie premises. I'm going to see this movie, I mean that. But the fact that people are killing other people and investing money that they don't really have rather than the stock market, which is dicey as well, or education. No, honestly, I mean, people are wasting money on sneakers. This is where we are as a country. People are wasting money on sneakers. That seems inherently counterproductive to me. It's stupid.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, if you don't have it, if you don't have the money, don't spend the money. But then the second problem is if you do have the money and you're because I do meet people that are like, look, I could go buy a painting for $2,000. I could buy a brand new pair of Jordans for $600 and put them on my shelf. I still consider it a piece of art.
Interesting.
Like, okay.
Oh, wow.
All right.
Well,
so
that's
then
cool.
you do you. But if you wear them,
I could
do
see
you
that.
deserve to get beat and beaten or to
Of
die
course
over
not.
them?
Of course not.
No.
So there's like a two-handed thing where it's like, I think speaking of materialism in the country is outrageous at times, and also violence as a culture is kind of outrageous. So you combine the two, and you've just got a recipe for
It's volatile.
So the movie is Kicks, and it chronicles Brandon, who was the main character. What's his journey like in this film?
Yeah, I wanted to see to explore the idea of like what pushes people over to that point, and what drives people to the point of like, I need these. I'm gonna like spend money I don't have to get these. So it's really showing his big arc of he starts off as a good kid, no money, and how does he end up basically becoming the kids that he hates? I mean that
Meaning he becomes violent in a sense.
If he starts to goes down a darker path of like in trying to get his mind justice and to man up as a lot of people say to do. He starts to become the thing that
You got to see the clip,
problem
Tiki. It's going to pull you in. Now,
Yeah.
can the clip that we have, can we put this on Twitter to entice people to see it, or is that
Yeah, I
just
think
something
so.
you guys sent us from the company? We can get it up. We'll
I
figure
can't
that out
see-
after the
we'll
show.
figure that, but the trailer's up, so
Okay, then we'll get it up for you.
yeah.
I'm gonna pay you a compliment. Now, you were born in '85. I don't know if you'll get the reference, but this is an interesting dynamic that just popped into my mind. Because then I saw this the other night, where it's the anniversary of the movie Stand By Me.
great movie.
No doubt. But also a coming-of-age movie.
Yep.
And to me, this is a loose, not interpretation, obviously, and you weren't inspired by Stand By Me, but you can make the comparison that this is the urban Stand By Me, where you go from pure to seeing things in more of a real prism.
Yeah,
You buy that?
I buy it completely. I love Stand By Me. I wouldn't even say I would say that that did have an influence on me.
Oh.
I remember that movie very vividly. And in writing this, there was like you know, I had older brothers too, so it was also like, well, how can I make the Goonies, but like, you
Yeah,
know, in
love that
Oakland,
movie, by the
like,
way.
because there's this, you know, there's that like age, and you don't see, there's like, you literally point to Stand By Me, I know Goonies, and like, for like that age group,
That's true.
that coming of age story is very specific. So I try to do that in, you know, a world I knew. So
Did you go to school out in the Bay Area?
I did. I went to El Cerrito High, go Gauchos.
Look at Gauchos, dropping the Gauchos. Who voiced your movie? That I didn't catch. Did you get anybody that's like Gary? I know Gary Payne's from the East Bay, or did you reach out Jason Kidd? Any of these guys connected at all in the movie at all?
I haven't connected with those guys yet, but
I'll
if
get
you're
you with Gary.
listening, man,
You want Gary?
yeah,
I'll
Gary
get you with
would be-
Gary at some
Gary
point.
would be
Yeah,
dope.
Gary's the man.
It's probably too late to voice the movie though. Maybe
Uh,
a little narration.
Get around the promotions
Nah,
of
yeah.
it, though.
Maybe
do something
maybe
with
the
GP.
promotion.
Yeah, GP's good dude.
He
I'm
is
pretty
good.
sure. I know that Baron Davis saw some stuff, and he's messing with
Oh, nice.
with it.
Okay.
He's supporting. He's
Okay.
supporting the movement, pushing
Yeah.
culture.
The old man.
Shout out Baron.
Yeah, no, we like Baron
We like
Davis. He's a
Baron.
pretty eclectic guy. He's done some acting as well. Nationwide, the 16th, L.A., New York, and Bay Area. The 9th, it's called
Eight.
Kicks. Twitter, the whole spiel. Justin Tipping, the director. We miss anything here?
No, I think we're good, man.
I
Good
can't
luck
wait
with
to see this.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's gonna
thank
be
you
fun.
so much for having me.
Dude, I should have been in your
Appreciate
movie, man. I'm not kidding. Like, I honestly could have enhanced your movie. I know more about
He
sneakers
can't act, though.
than anybody on this floor combined.
Don't worry
I really
about it.
do.
it. You know, I mean,
Can we do a little something post-production?
Kicks two.
Kicks 2. As long as it's not like
Still
Breaking
kicking.
2, which was
Yeah.
Electric Boogaloo.
That
like,
was awesome, by the
No,
way.
no,
Yeah.
that was terrible.
Dude, it
The
was
first
awesome.
one was good.
They
Oh,
were both
of
so
course.
bad, they were awesome.
No, the first one was great. The second one was corny.
Come on now.
Although if there's a Kicks 2, it won't be corny.
No.
Hey, good to meet you.
Great
Great
meeting
movie,
you.
great premise, and good luck with it, man.
No, thank you so much.
You got it,
Thank
no
you,
doubt.
Justin.
Justin Tipping,